Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Darren Little here from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and we are live right now on a broadcast for Top Recruiters Academy. Guys, what I want to do here tonight is I want to share with you some secrets, some seven-figure secrets, so that you'll be able to 10x your income and 10x your life because you will be living a life of freedom. Now, I want to share with you that there's one major thing that holds people back on the path to get to the next level, okay? And it's called self-sabotage. And it's a big problem because what people don't actually realize in the first level in the game called victimhood, that it feels like the world is doing stuff to you instead of doing stuff for you. And what happens is that people actually get caught in this little spinner here, and they actually expect the things to go wrong. It's a phenomenon. I'm telling you guys, it's a phenomenon. Once you can actually recognize this one thing about the human condition, that the human brain is actually programmed to self-destruct. Okay, I'm going to say this again. The human brain is programmed to self-destruct. In fact, 70 to 80% of your self-talk, what you say over and over and over in your mind each day, is going to be negative. In fact, you are going to be beating yourself up every day. And when things start to go wrong, you'll beat yourself up even more. And then what happens is you beat yourself up for beating yourself up, which is a real serious problem, okay? So what you've got to actually be able to do is to reprogram your program, because part of the human condition is to not feel worthy, not feel deserving, not love yourself, and not to have healthy boundaries. There's 4 key areas that you have to master in the game to be able to master the reality. Now, a lot of people say, well, Darren, how am I going to do that? I mean, if the human brain is programmed to self-destruct, how am I going to overcome this situation of self-sabotage? And it all starts right here. What do you believe to be true for you in your world? And what do you see when you look at yourself in the mirror? Now, the interesting thing about this evolution, guys, is that most people, just so you know, they actually die in the first level of the game called victimhood. They never escape. It's like trying to crack through the matrix and escape to another level in the reality when you step into your personal power. Now, I'm going to share with you on this broadcast that if you cannot master your mind, if you cannot gain control of your self-talk, if you cannot start to love yourself unconditionally, just the way you are, you will never actually advance to the second level in the game. Ever. In fact, you will be on this spinner over and over and over like a gerbil in a cage, right? Because of self-love, okay? So self-love plays a key component in being able to start 10xing your income, but then there's a thing that kicks in right when you start to get to your breakthrough. So when I say right to start to get to your breakthrough, it might be in a situation where you have your very first $1,000 day. It could be when you've set a goal to make $10,000 in a month, and you're just starting to hit that peak, maybe 5,000, 6,000, and you're just starting to go vertical, and then wham, the self-sabotage mechanism kicks in. And it's a problem, guys. It is a real serious problem. And how do you overcome this? Well, you have to be able to push down the 70 to 80% of your negativity that's going on in your mind with personal development. And it is a daily thing that you have to be able to deposit new information, positive information into your mind so that you can gain control over what's in your mind. And repetition is the mother of all learning. So this is one of the reasons why a lot of times in my training that I actually give people the exact tools that they need to be able to gain control of their mind, to gain control of their self-talk. There's a science behind getting rich, an actual scientific laboratory research science that will allow you to be able to manifest anything that you want in your life, okay? That could be health and fitness. It could be spiritual, emotional, family, relationships, career, travel. It could be contribution, giving back, and making a difference. You might want to just manifest a new car or a new house or a great relationship. You might be in a situation where you hate your boss, right? And you want to be able to walk away from that 9 to 5 and truly live a life of freedom. Now, they call it a home-based business, but I disagree with that. It's actually an anywhere business. And that's really the power of being able to learn to live the laptop lifestyle. Now, a lot of people have tried. Trust me, a lot of people have tried. They have that vision. They have that dream. You might be one of those people that you see these big incomes and you say, I want that. I want to have that. I want to have that life of freedom. I want to have those $10, $15, $20,000 days like I see some other people doing that are on the internet. Now, one of the things that I learned from one of my mentors when I was in my 20s, Tony Robbins, is he said, whatever you want to do, doesn't matter what it is. It could be losing a bunch of weight. It could be becoming a race car driver. It could be being a jockey, riding horses, whatever it is. Could be playing baseball or tennis. It could be maybe you want to be able to start a business and have it get into liftoff in 30 to 90 days, okay? Now, a lot of people dream about that, but how do you do it? That is the question that I'm gonna ask you. How do you do this? Now, here's the biggest challenge that people have. They don't wanna surrender their pride, and they don't wanna surrender their ego, and that's what keeps them stuck. It keeps them in this spinner going over and over. They think, oh, no, I got this. I got this. I mean, literally, even when somebody is on the verge of homeless and they don't even have any money to even feed themselves, a lot of times if you offer to help that person, they're like, no, I'm good. I'm good, right? That's their pride and their ego that will not surrender to get the help that they need, right? It's really important that you guys get this if you're tuning into this broadcast, that we all have this. We all have this pride and this ego that thinks that we can figure it out all by ourselves. So we'll go buy a training or we'll go to a seminar and we don't really know all of the aspects of what we really need to do. So what do? We try and wing it, right? We try and do it all on our own. We try and figure it out all by ourselves, when all we have to do is really find somebody that's on that fast track that will share their blueprint with you step by step. Now, I was very, very fortunate at a very young age, when I was around 22 years old, that I was pulled into the industry of personal development. And I'll tell you how it happened, was that I had a passion for commercials when I was a little kid. I was 5 years old, and I loved commercials. Everybody else would be getting up to go get popcorn, and I'd be glued to the TV watching the next Nike commercial or whatever the commercial was. And they fired me up. And that kind of carried with me all the way through my life. And as I got older and older and older, until when I was right around 22 years old, I actually found that the only thing that I really wanted to watch on TV was infomercials. It's crazy, but it's true, right? The only thing I wanted to watch was infomercials. Now, why is that? Because they had a certain frequency, they had a certain vibration. And I found that when I watched these infomercials, that my body actually went into a higher state of positivity and I felt great, right? It didn't matter if it was the dicer, the slicer, the squeegee thing, the vacuum. I mean, I felt so good when I was watching infomercials that I just kind of made that kind of, if I put on the TV, I was going to watch infomercials because I felt good when I finished. And lo and behold, one night, it was probably 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and along comes Tony Robbins, right? With personal power, unlimited power. And I must have watched that program 10, 12 times. And I looked at these people. I listened to their testimonials and I thought, you know what? There's just no way that those are paid actors. I mean, it was just too convincing. They were coming too much from their heart as to the transformation that they had gone through going through this Tony Robbins program. So I ordered the program, 30 Days to Unlimited Power, and that was really my start to really understand about this right here. This is going to make or break your success in business. Now, it wasn't until I was in my 30s that I started working with a gentleman by the name of Dr. Lee Poulos. And he was a master. He was actually the president from the Canadian Society of Clinical Hypnosis. And he was curing stage 4 cancer patients that were given like 3-4 months to live. And he was teaching them how to use the power of their mind to go inward, to be able to send these little troops into the cells to be able to repair the cells. Almost like the miners that were going to take out all of the garbage from the cells to make them whole again. And he was actually doing this, guys. It was a phenomenon. And during that time that I was working with Dr. Poulos, he taught me some amazing things about the power of the mind and what we can really do. We only use a little fraction of our mind. A lot of people don't even know what we can do. Now, what happened was I was in marketing and advertising at that time, and I got called in on a project. I knew somebody, and that person was the CEO of his company. He called me in for an interview, and I'm walking down the hallway, and I see this person in one of the offices, and I think, I know that guy, right? And turns out when I was about 19 that I actually used to teach street dancing, you know, the break dancing and stuff, where they do the mime and the robotics and stuff. And I toured around with dance troupes and whatnot. And we performed. And there was one of the guys I was used to dance with, and he was in one of my dance troupes. And, you know, I walked past as I had this interview that I had to go to. And I sat down with this guy and I was like, holy cow, like Rob Reicher's here. It's unbelievable. He goes, yeah, he's our VP of corporate development. They were going to bring me on as vice president of marketing. He says, you know what happened to Rob, right? And I said, no, what happened to Rob? He says, oh, he was in a head-on collision, and he was actually, it triggered rheumatoid arthritis and ankylosing spondylitis in his body, and he was actually crippled, right? Well, I just walked past Rob's office, and he certainly was walking around, right? I said, well, how's that work? He says, well, he actually implemented Dr. Poulos's training, and he actually walked out of the wheelchair. Now, this is a phenomenon, guys, and a lot of people don't even comprehend the power that we have as human beings to create whatever reality that we want for ourselves. So what creates us to be in this spinner? Guess what? Self-love. We as human beings, with this human condition thing that we battle every single day, don't feel worthy. We don't feel deserving. We don't feel that abundance is our birthright. In fact, we actually get addicted to suffering. It's crazy, but it's true. And what you'll find is that the more that you dive deeper inward and peel back the onion to be able to really understand your core beliefs about money, your programming that you've had as a kid. What do you believe to be true about success, right? Now, here's an example. So let's say that you're all excited about something and you see this brand new Bentley or something downtown when you're a little kid, right? And one of your parents says to you, "Oh, those people are dirty," right? That now forms a program in your subconscious mind that's going to affect the entire path of how you get to the success zone. Now, right when you come up against the part of your breakthrough, if you believe, okay, if you believe that on that side, right, you're going to be dirty too, because that's what your programming has put into your subconscious, you're in big caca, right? Because you will actually sabotage your success because you don't want people to think that you're dirty too, right? And a lot of people don't realize this because they can't even remember some of the stuff that happened. Now, if it was repeated over and over and over, it's probably something that you do remember, that we can actually uncover and actually change your core beliefs so that this barrier collapses and you can get liftoff in your business. Now, what I'm going to share with you guys here tonight is that the information that you learn inside of Top Recruiters Academy comes from 30 years of personal development, of really understanding not only just about goal setting, because goal setting is definitely important, but there's something even bigger than that. And that's when you set an intention. Okay, an intention has emotion behind it, and it's positive forward movement into the right direction. But it also comes from real life experience, guys. I'm going to share with you exactly what I did to make my first $1 million at 35 years old, then go on to make multiple millions of dollars. Some of the public companies that I've actually launched have taken up as high as $100 million market cap. One company, we did $70 million in trading in a single day. Some of the marketing strategies, some of the mindset strategies, some of the ways that you can actually even fast track yourself to the top by piggybacking off of other companies that have done hundreds of millions and in some cases billions of dollars in business, that you can learn how to piggyback off of all that marketing money. Now think about that. What would that be like if you knew how to do that? To be able to capitalize on all that money that's being spent in the marketplace for your brand, right? For your marketing campaign. Now, the important thing to know about marketing, especially if you're in home-based business, you're in the network marketing industry, direct sales, affiliate marketing, online marketing, that the real product that you're marketing is you, okay? When people are joining your business, what they're really looking for is they want a blueprint. They want a step-by-step so that they can actually implement it and they know what to do to be able to make money. The truth is that people really don't care what they're marketing. As long as it's ethical, as long as it's legal, here's what they want to know. Show me how to make money, right? They don't care if they're selling baseball caps, t-shirts, online tools, weight loss, skincare, energy drinks. Show me how to make money. That's what they want to know, okay? Now, you as the leader need to be able to take them down a path and show them step by step exactly what they need to do to be able to scale up and 10x their income. Now, here's the interesting thing. Most people are only taught to make a list of their friends and family, their top 200 list. And I can tell you that if you've been in that business model, the failure rate is enormous and the rejection is even worse. Okay, so because of the fact that it's not the proper training, they don't actually teach you what to say and what to do, the amount of rejection that people get is off the charts. So what typically happens is they start off with a big dream, with a big desire, where they want to become a millionaire, and every person that they go to talk to about their business literally pummels them down to nothing. It lowers their confidence, it lowers their self-esteem, and eventually they don't even want to talk about their business because it represents pain, right? Neuroassociative conditioning. So if I talk to you about my business and I get pummeled, and I talk to you about my business and I get pummeled, and I keep on talking to people and I keep on getting pummeled, all of a sudden you get up and it's like, I don't really want to do that. It doesn't feel too good, right? So the thing that you need to understand about our industry is that there is a better way. And that is the law of attraction marketing. But how do you implement that into your business and into your life? Good question. You have to understand this. There are a lot of people out there that are already sold on the business model of network marketing, direct sales, affiliate marketing, and online marketing. A lot. In fact, 97% of the people are failing. Okay, that is a large market sector that you can get access to once you understand these secrets. Okay, so what's the secret? Okay, well, the secret is to take your focus off of your business and put it onto the pain of the marketplace and help them solve their pain. Okay, now these are transferable skills, guys. So it doesn't matter what industry that you're in, what products that you're marketing, if you're in weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, energy drinks, legal, power, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's all the same model. Here are the major 5 pain points. People don't want to harass their friends and family. They hate getting rejected. Once they burn through their warm market, they don't know how to generate leads because they don't understand the pain model. Once they have those leads, because all they're taught to do is pitch people, they don't understand how to close them, how to upsell them, and how to get team duplication in their business. So what happens? They're in a spinner, okay? Now, if they're in online marketing, they don't know how to generate a marketing and advertising budget. They don't have one to spend for traffic, and they don't have the money for their high-ticket products. So the truth is this: we will teach you how to become the master to understand the solution to the 7 pain points. There's 5 on the network marketing side, and there's 2 on the online side. Once you understand how to solve those, guess what magically happens? You become the magnet. You become the attractor factor. In fact, what you'll find is if you learn how to leverage social media through Facebook, you can have unlimited number of leads, unlimited number of connections with people. It's like literally walking into a gigantic lounge at a party once you learn how to master these skills. So if you can learn how to get unlimited leads for your business, and we give you the 7-figure model on exactly what to say to your prospects to take them from the start all the way down to the finish line like a straight line. So here's the first connection with your prospect, and here's them pulling out their credit cards. We will show you exactly what to do to get to the finish line. Now, what I'm going to do here today on tonight's broadcast, guys, is right now, actually on Saturday, we're rolling out 8 weeks of Millionaire Mentoring. And some of the people that actually have just graduated here on this last session are sharing some of their breakthrough stories. Now, I'm talking about, in some cases, these are complete rags to riches stories. Some people that were living on their credit cards, 2 months later, they had $40,000 cash in the bank, wrote and published their own books. One couple was 2 months behind in rent. They had an eviction notice, 2 days with no power with 6 children. And within 10 days, they made $5,400. They made another $8,000 right after that, $30,000 in, I think, 12 weeks now. And the husband just signed a 6-figure deal. Okay. Now, same couple that was on the verge of being evicted. Now, we have a really great story here because a lot of people think that, you know, your age matters, right? The amount of experience that you may have had in business is going to make a difference on the amount of traction that you can get, right? Because a lot of people would say, well, why would they believe me? I don't have any experience. You know, I'm only 24 years old. Who would ever believe me? I don't have a big track record. Well, I will share with you this. If I could give you the blueprint that I've personally used to make millions of dollars and not only hand it to you, but show you what I do as you're watching over my shoulder and you're watching me make sales, you're watching me create content, you're watching the interaction, what do you think that that would do to your self-confidence? Think about that. So you're watching a seven-figure income earner make their sales from start to finish, right? From the initial contact to the finish line where the person's pulling out their credit card and you're making $1,000 commission. It's a pretty cool thing to be. Now, I want to share this story with you because right now we've got somebody that's really an inspiration, you know, especially, well, not only to the younger demographic, but even more so to people that are older that look at him and what he's been able to accomplish and go, holy cow, if I could just do that, I could walk away from my job. Now, you're about to meet a gentleman by the name of Danny Joshi. And this is a phenomenal story, guys, because he's only 24 years old, okay? It's not like he has a big, huge track record of experience behind him before he got into Millionaire Mentoring and before he just surrendered his pride, surrendered his ego, and just became coachable. But the cool thing is he learned all about the things about the human condition. He learned about all the things about self-sabotage. He learned all the things about the pride and the ego so that he's in a opening, right? An opening for abundance versus a self-sabotage spinner like most people are. Now he's gone from zero to over $50,000 online, starting with no experience, no track record, and coming out the other gate. And now he's in a position where he's not only doing it himself, but he's also mentoring other people as well to start having $1,000 and $2,000 days. So Danny, welcome to the call.
Hey Darren, thank you so much for having me here. Super excited and really appreciate you having me here.
So Danny, talk a little bit about your background first so people can really understand, you know, about, you know, your education and, you know, coming out of high school. Did you go to university? What was your experience before you came onto the internet to learn actually how to make money on the internet? Tell us that story.
All right, so let's go back to 2013, end of 2013. So end of 2013, basically, that's when I finished the high school, a little bit of high-level secondary education. And basically, I was then obviously about to go to university. So something came to mind where, okay, I didn't want to spend $50,000 in a university degree because inside of my heart, I said, you know, I don't want to spend all this money and just do a degree because I said to myself, okay, if I don't want to do this degree, then the only thing I can do is work in a job, right? So in 2014, so 2013, end of 2013, I dropped out of university, and my friends and family, they just hated me for making a decision, but I had to just follow my heart, and I'm really grateful that I did that. And early 2014, Darren, I decided to get myself a night shift job here in London, UK, in office. And I just decided to just basically just work, say to myself, okay, let's just work and see what happens. Let's just earn some money, okay? That was my mindset back then. So it got to a point, Darren, where I got sick and tired of working for somebody else. I didn't want to work for someone else ever again because I just didn't want to basically slave away and basically sell my soul away to somebody else. I didn't want to do that. And it just got to a point where my capacity reached so high where I couldn't take it anymore. And that's where I just discovered, okay, I need to start doing something different in my life. I don't want to work in a job for the rest of my life. And my pain was very high. So, you know, this is exactly what I did. I pulled out my phone, Darren, and I just typed in how to become successful. That's exactly what I typed. This is when my journey really started. So when I typed that in Google, how to become successful, The first tab said 10 ways to become successful. Then there's so many things that you can do to become successful: real estate, stocks, this and that. Last thing was making money online, internet marketing. I said to myself, wow, making money online, that's awesome. I love to do that. So that's when my journey started, end of 2014. Basically, I just started to search online about making money online, home-based business, network marketing. That's when my journey really started, Darren. That's when I started to subscribe to the Guru's email list. I started to buy all the products and services, getting burnt out. And this went on for at least a year and a half, Darren, right? And early 2015, I got to a point, Darren, where I was in $25,000 worth of debt of buying all these products and services. I was the Guru's best customer because I was buying everything. And I didn't know what to do, who to listen to. I was getting misled. Oh, I'm confused and frustrated. It was crazy, right? This was just going for so long. And I was about to give up. I said, this stuff just doesn't work. It's just putting me to more and more in debt. Then I discovered more things like reading books. Then I started to pick up books. I worked on my mindset a bit. Then I started to, promote some programs here and there. I made like $10, one day, and then I had $100 a month, right? Then my belief level started to increase, but I said it's not enough. Then basically I just kept pushing towards end of 2015. I really pushed myself, Darren, because I saw everyone else making money online, right? I said, if these guys can do it, why can't I do it? There has to be a way. There has to be a way. And at this point, Darren, I was burnt out, $25,000 worth of debt. So something said to myself, just keep pushing. Something's gonna come, right? And it got to a point where I made my first $500 a month, then my first $900 a month, and my job only paid me $700 per month. So I just said to myself, let me just basically put this job aside. Let me just put 10 hours into my business and see what happens. Then it got to a point where I was spending so much money in paid ads. This is where I really went really deep into debt, close to $30,000. And this is where I was almost finished, Darren, because I was spending so much money in paid ads and literally about to give up. I was about to go back to my job, which was actually very embarrassing to do. I didn't want to do that. So I said to myself, I've got to make this happen. So in 2016, that's when I kept pushing. Then I had my first $1,000 a month, but then I had my first $2,000 a month. But Darren, I was spending almost $1,500 a month on ads and losing a lot of money on ads. It wasn't working out. Boom, came around August time where I discovered Darren Little. Okay, this is where my online marketing career, it just got saved. So around it was around October time where basically just took this very seriously, and I was invited to a Millionaire Mention call. Okay, and then I was talking to Darren Little. Okay, who's Darren Little? I never knew who Darren Little was. So you shared with me exactly what I need to do. And the missing thing that I had, Darren, over the years was this one thing: strategy. I didn't have a strategy, and you taught me the 7-figure formula, exactly what you do, over your shoulders. And as soon as I saw that, Darren, I started dancing and started partying because I've been looking for that for the last 2 years. I said to myself, if I had found this 2 years ago, oh my goodness, right? And I remember it was around October, November time, I remember. That's when I had my breakthrough. I made $10,000 in 45 days, and that's when I messaged you. I remember, Darren, I made $10,000 in 45 days because of what you taught me. Since then, Darren, I have not looked back. I don't work in a job. I've got complete freedom in my life right now, and it's just going to the next level right now. And I'm super pumped because now I can teach many other people these things as well. And I'm just so damn happy and so thankful that you taught me the strategy, the 7-figure formula, and that's allowed me to basically take things to another level. As the last 6 months has been the best 6 months of my life, Darren, thanks to you and what you taught me inside of Top Recruiters Academy.
Fantastic. Guys, this right here, just so you know, this is what our industry is all about, okay? You may not have known this when you first, joined your company that you're in right now, because most people come from a world of features and benefits. Have I got a deal for you? Check out my product, right? And that's not our industry, right? It's not our industry. It's not even how it's done, okay? So imagine if you are walking into a retail store and somebody comes over to you and they're like, can I help you, sir? Can I help you, ma'am? Right? You typically do this, right? I'm not interested. I'm just looking, right? I'm just looking, right? That's our ego that's trying to protect us. Now, there's a way that we can get you past that point so that all of your connections are incoming. They're people that are inquiring to you. You're the attractor factor. You're the one that's in demand because you're the leader. Okay, so really the journey is from where you are to leadership. That's the journey, guys. Our industry is really truly about personal development and leadership. And in order to master that, you have to be able to solve the pain of the marketplace and provide the solution to people's problems. Now, if I could show you a way so that you could build a business without ever harassing your friends and family, without ever getting rejected, of getting incoming inquiries constantly, generating unlimited leads, being able to close and upsell those people to higher ticket products, get explosive team duplication in your business, raise $10,000 or more per month for marketing, and raise up to $100,000 for your high ticket products. You think that might be a good place to be? I'm telling you, yes, it is. Because what I do is I go test everything myself first at my expense. Okay, so that includes all my ad campaigns, my copywriting techniques, my email broadcasts that go. I test that, and then I hand it over to you so that you can use the exact seven-figure formula that I've used. So what I did is this. I wanted to prove these strategies to people. So I started a business here with less than $1,300. And over the course of 30 days of implementing exactly what I teach, I made over $165,000 in profit. And then I take that business model that I just actually mastered there and I hand it off to you. Now think about that. That means that you're a clone of a seven-figure income earner. I'm giving you the exact blueprint that I have personally used to get those type of results. Now, what are the type of results that would be generated from other people? Well, we had a 17-year-old kid that said, I'm interested. He made $35,000 his very first month in business. Not bad. We had somebody that was a full-time engineer. He worked part-time. His very first month, he made $13,000 in profit. But here's where it gets better. The skills that he learned got him 2 pay raises, a job promotion. He signed a $30,000 consulting contract, and he made $40,000 online. So in a 9-month period of time, he tripled his income in Millionaire Mentoring. We also have somebody that was a mom with 2 kids. She didn't want to go get a job. She wanted to stay home with the little ones. $10,000 her very first month in business, working part-time. Okay. Now here's how much of an extreme this can get when you have the blueprint. We had a guy that just got out of prison. Okay. His very first month, he made $28,500. His very first month in business. Now I'm talking profit in his business. We had a 23-year-old construction worker, $26,000 his very first month in business. Now, I will put out a disclaimer here, guys, and I will share this. They were coachable. They showed up. They weren't trying to prove they had a better way. They just listened and they applied step by step exactly what I told them to do. Okay. Now, 80% of success, just so that you know, is about showing up. Okay. So a lot of people say, oh, I want that new car. I want to drive that Porsche. I want to do this. I want a new house. But only 20% of people, just so you know, because of the human condition, actually show up. Right. Even if I was to do a free millionaire mentoring session, 20% typically will show up and take action. It's phenomenal. It's bizarre, but that's just what it is. It's the 80-20 rule in everything, okay? So now, Danny, so you learned these new strategies and you just followed the formula. You said you made 10 grand in 45 days or so. What's happened since that time? What's happened now since you've not only stepped into your own leadership, but you're now helping other people to do what you did? Give us an idea of what that looks like.
So since then, it's just been crazy, Darren. I've been able to step into leading my leadership role, and you've taught me more about leadership, and it's really helped me become a humble servant leader. And leadership now, Darren, is something that I take to heart, and helping people is something that I really take seriously. Because obviously, once I first got started, I didn't get the right help. Now I know what that feels like for the new person or someone who's struggling. So recently, I've just helped this couple make $7,000 in just 6 weeks, right? And I've completely transformed their lives based on what you've taught me. And I've just basically helped them from bankruptcy. They were about to go back to their jobs after being retired, for God's sake. That's crazy. So these are some of the things I've been able to do. I've had many students who've had multiple $1,000 weeks. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm getting so much team duplication in my team right now. It's just crazy. Everyone in my team is winning. Everyone's happy. Everyone's making money. And that's exactly what I've been doing, Darren. Just really helping out other people, helping my team, step into my leadership, and basically just serving people and just helping them. That's exactly what I've been doing since then. Obviously, I've been traveling a lot as well, but helping people and stepping into the leadership role has really allowed me to change many lives. And I'm just super grateful for what you taught me there, because now I can obviously now help and impact more people's lives.
So Danny, let me ask you this, because you sent me this one message that came actually from one of your students, and it was quite emotional. It was quite an emotional testimony that came in. Tell us a little bit about that and what happened for the couple that you were working with.
So the couple that I helped, basically they applied the same format, Darren. Exactly what you teach, right? And exactly what I teach as well from learning from you. And once, basically they went through the same sort of trainings that obviously I've been obviously teaching them stuff, they were basically able to just completely just break through. Obviously there was $120,000 worth of debt, right? That's a lot of debt. But what you obviously taught me, that allowed me to teach them, basically allowed to get out of that situation and basically allowed them to break through to making, the first, $5,000 a month. And that basically allowed them to basically just completely change the situation and change their lives. And now they don't have to worry about, debts or struggling or going back to their jobs again. So that's exactly what that's allowed me to do. But that obviously made me burst out in tears a lot. I've been crying a lot recently because basically just helping other people and seeing other people's lives and other families, basically saving their lives, Darren, right? It's just made me, break down in tears, because this is the power over here with the mentoring that can really change lives. And that's exactly what's been happening right now. It's been very emotional seeing other people's lives change. But this is exactly what, this has helped, myself and everyone else in my team, do, thanks to you, of course.
So Danny, let me ask you this, and be honest, okay? Be honest with me here. When I first, shared some of these strategies on how you were going to become the magnet, you were going to become the attractor factor, you were going to be in a situation where people were literally going to throw their credit cards at you, and without you even talking about a company or products or comp plans or management team and track records. When I first told you that, did you even believe that it could happen like that people would just be wanting to give you money without even pitching them on anything? Did you ever believe that could happen?
In the beginning, I didn't believe it, but once you showed me live in the Millionaire Mentoring over your shoulders, like I said to you, I always went crazy. Okay, I went crazy, and then I was like, wow, Darren can do this, then I want to start applying this, and that's exactly what I got as well, right? So these days, I make, obviously $1,000 days, $2,000 days. It happens to me effortlessly because exactly what you taught me, and Darren, it just blows me away. It blows me away. I've never seen this anywhere in my life. This stuff cannot be found in seminars, books. It's only taught by one person, Darren Little.
This is a really interesting thing, guys, because nobody shared this with me. Okay, I didn't have anybody hand me the golden ticket. This has come from 30 years, and I can tell you that in the early stages, I was banging my head up against the wall like everybody else was. But I was in a situation in my career path where I was actually raising venture capital. And I was in a situation where if I didn't raise money, I didn't eat. Okay, so it was either I was going to learn these skills and learn how to master these skills, or I wasn't going to be able to have dinner. Okay. So what happens is that your senses open up a lot more when you're in a do or die type of situation. And I started to really tune in to understand about energy, about vibrational resonance, about tone, about frequency, on how you can actually steer a conversation and what you need to do, what you need to say, so that there's zero resistance and there's none of that. That's called pushback. So once you learn these skills, they can be applied to any other area of your life. That's why we've got people getting pay raises, job promotions. One lady was already making 100 grand a year when she met me, but in 60 days, she got a $212,000 raise at her corporate job. Now, here's the kicker. It was the same job. Now, have you ever heard of anything like that, where somebody goes from 100,000 to 312,000 at the same job, right? She didn't leave her job. She stayed in the same job, but what changed? This changed. This changed. This changed. What does she believe about herself? What did she believe about her self-worth, right? And when you increase your self-worth, you increase your net worth. You can't increase your net worth if you don't increase your self-worth, guys. It's very, very important. So what we do is we take you through step by step, and we teach you 5 simple steps to wealth creation. 5 simple steps to wealth creation. And once you do that, boom, the gateway opens to universal abundance. Now, the best way to really explain this, it's almost like a river. The river's always flowing. The river abundance is always flowing, guys. And you're either going to be open and the water's going to be flowing right through you, or you're going to be a dam in the river and the water is going to pummel you, okay? Now, in the first phase, it's not necessarily a bad thing because the rock will get polished, okay? But you don't want to be a broke, polished rock, okay? Seriously. You've got to be able to get these emotions out of your body from this entire timeline that you've gone through. All those emotions are stored right here in your Pandora's box. We want to get that out of your body so that your vibrational resonance can go up to a higher level where the abundance will flow open and the water will flow through you like a sponge. Okay, so you kind of have to morph from the rock into the sponge. And when you take a sponge, you put it in water, it gets bigger, but the water flows through it. That's really the river of abundance. So we all have access to this. We all have access to this. I can tell you that once you learn these strategies, though, not only can they apply to your career, they apply in your marriage, they apply in your communication with your children, they apply in so many different areas, guys, that when you learn this, I actually have people just give me things for free. Okay, so I might go to a restaurant and the chef comes out and he just gives me a free appetizer, or they buy drinks on the house, whatever. Right? Airfare upgrades, hotel room upgrades, promotional materials. If I put on an event, a lot of times the hotels just give me the event place. Okay. So once you understand these gateways start to open up for you, and it affects every area, right? I had one lady that lost 100 pounds in Millionaire Mentoring. Okay. This was over probably about an 8-month period of time. And the weight literally was just melting off of her body. And she wasn't on a weight loss product, guys. She wasn't on a weight loss product. That was all the baggage, the emotional baggage that was just being released from her body. Okay. So I'm talking about health, fitness, spiritual, emotional, family, relationships, career, travel, manifesting, material things, car, house. You might want to give back and make a difference in your community, in your church. I mean, heck, you might want to build a school in Africa, right? How are you going to be able to do that? What is your strategy, right? So what we do is we break this stuff down step by step on exactly what you need to be able to do to start to 10x your income so that you can 10x your life. And it really has to do with understanding this right here. How are you creating your reality? Through your thoughts, what you think about, through your words, what you say and what you write, and your emotions of what are you emotionally connected to. Now, because of the human condition and self-sabotage, people don't even realize that they're actually manifesting everything that they don't want into the reality. And it gets worse if you're in a tailspin, right? So as things start getting worse, you start speaking about all the worst stuff. You start getting angry about all the stuff getting worse. And what happens? It gets worse and worse and worse and worse until you finally tumble down all the way as far down the rabbit hole as you can get, where you're going to finally surrender your pride and your ego and get a mentor. It's a true story, guys. Right now, don't think I'm immune. Don't think I didn't go through this whole process myself. Don't think that Danny didn't, as he was going further and further down the rabbit hole into debt, 25,000 in products and 30 grand on traffic. Don't think that we haven't all gone through this process too. The question is this: what are you going to do about it? Because we have a solution here for you, right? A tried, tested, proven solution of 30 years and dozens and dozens and dozens of case studies, of testimonials, of businesses that I've rolled out that I've gone from 0 to 50,000, 0 to 100,000, 0 to 200,000, 0 to 300,000 without spending a penny on paid marketing. And a lot of times I do these as what I call marketing case studies, so that I can show people what's possible. Okay, so somebody might say, oh, I could never do that. I mean, if I only spent $1,300, that would never happen. Okay, great. Well, I guess it's never going to happen for you then, because that's what you believe to be true. I believe that money's flowing to me easily and effortlessly. I believe every time I wake up, somebody's joining my business. Okay, I believe that my phone's ringing with incoming calls, that my Skype is going off, that my emails are lighting up. I believe that leaders are contacting me from all four corners of the world. Okay. Now, here's the cool thing. We were just in a situation just like maybe a week ago, and I had somebody reached out to me that I'd known for probably 15 years. They've made over $17 million in the network marketing industry, and we've now partnered up. We're now business partners, rolling out a deal now, and we're working together as business partners. Okay, now, how the heck does that type of stuff happen? Okay, that was an incoming inquiry, an incoming connection, right? That was all built on a relationship. Right now, I hadn't, we've kept in touch a little bit over the years, but we had met about 15 years ago or so at a conference. And that's the power of this, guys. I'm telling you that once you learn this, you can really steer your ship in the reality. You can steer your sales and know how to adjust your sales, because I'm going to teach you how to use the game controller inside of the matrix. Okay. It's a phenomenon. Now, once you learn this, nobody can ever take this away from you. Okay. These are lifetime changing skills, lifetime. Once you see what's inside the box, you can never change what you've seen. Does that make sense? Right. So Danny, tell me now, because you're in a situation now where you're looking at a Ferrari and you're on a completely different path. You'll never have to worry about money ever again in the rest of your life. Talk to me a little bit about that. What does that feel like for you right now?
It's unbelievable. Literally, from what you taught me inside of the Topicals Academy, my belief level right now is completely increased, and basically now I feel very, very closer to my goals and dreams. And now these things don't look very far off now. It looks like it's very, very near now. Now, yes, I am these days at the dealers, at the Ferrari dealers, And every time I'm in there, I just believe that I'm just so close now, very, very close to actually owning one of this car very, very soon, thanks to exactly what you've been teaching me inside of the Top Quiz Academy. It's just completely blown my belief level that anything now, Darren, is possible. Anything's possible. I don't need to worry about money because you taught me the seven-figure formula, and it's just basically increased my belief level completely. And anything's possible now. And basically, like you just said, things I just attract things effortlessly these days. I wake up to people who want to basically get started with me. Every time I'm out in the streets now, people want to know me. They approach me, right? So these are some of the things that I'm experiencing now, and it's just unbelievable. I just like from what you've told me, it's just completely changed my life, and I'm just so excited, Darren, for what's coming next.
That is fantastic. Now, guys, here's the thing. I'm going to share with you that if you go onto my website, darrenlittle.com, and you click on the button that says Millionaire Mentoring and Coaching, and you said, Darren, I want to do a 1 hour millionaire mentoring session with you, it's $1,000. If somebody was to say, I want to do 3 months where we meet once a week for an hour, it's 10 grand. And if they say, I want to keep you as a mentor for a whole year, it's $40,000, guys. And it's right there listed on my website. But what I believe is that when you have a gift, you need to share it. When you have a gift where you can help people get to the next level in their reality, there's something that I do called universal deposits. And that's making a deposit into somebody else's life so that they can become a ripple. They can become a ripple in their family, a ripple in their community, and a ripple in their church. And they can truly make a difference from what they've learned. So in essence, it's like making these ripples all around the world, right, where people can actually truly have freedom, and then they can help other people. So here's what I do. For 2 months, starting on the 1st of July, and it runs for 8 weeks, what I do is called a Millionaire Mentoring Intensive. Now, what does that mean? That means I'm going to literally pour out everything that I know about marketing, about personal development, about how to get you to your breakthrough, the fast track to your breakthrough, so that we can get that right here, that Pandora, to get out of your body so that you can rise up to another higher level of vibrational resonance. That's when you start to be able to manifest. So every Saturday, we meet for 4 hours, okay? Now, during that time, there's something that happens called energy transference. I only work with 15 people, guys, okay? It's a very compressed collective because I want to make sure that we actually have one-on-one interaction with every single person in that group so that we can get you from the start line to your breakthrough at the end of the 2 months, okay? Now, here's the power of the collective. As one person has a breakthrough, it's a domino effect all the way down the entire chain. This is quantum physics. You're going to actually learn about quantum physics and how this all affects in the reality. How's it all interlinked? How are you creating the reality? How are you creating everything that you don't want or everything that you want, okay? With step-by-step instructions. Now, this week, we've been doing some of these interviews, and we're getting right down to the last wire. And I'm telling you, at the last part is when it goes, brrr, okay? Now, right now, I believe there's 5 spots left, okay? So we already have a group that's bought right in the last couple of days, but we're right down to the wire, okay? Now, March was sold out. April was sold out. May was sold out. June was sold out, okay? Now, the July and August session, the 2-month session, it's already going fast. Now, I will share with you this. If you are a person right now that believes that you deserve more, that you want to go to the next level in your life, you want to be able to 10x your income and learn the real 7-figure formula, okay? This isn't any BS, guys. This is no fluff, okay? I've raised tens of millions of dollars in venture capital for public companies, private companies, my own companies, and I'm going to share with you everything that I know, 30 years of experience literally handed to you on a silver platter. Now, I'm not going to charge you the $38,000 that it would normally be worth for all that time. In fact, you're not going to pay $30,000. You're not going to pay $25,000. You're not going to pay $20,000. You're not going to pay $15,000, $10,000, or even $8,000. Okay, what I've done is I've compressed this down, right, so that I can make a universal deposit into your life. So for the 2 months, the whole time, guys, right, it's $4,750. Now we've made it even easier for you to be able to participate. And I've split that into 2 payments so that the person that's taken the risk is me, okay? Because I want to be able to help you. So you put one payment down of $2,500, so that's all you got to come up with. And then a month later is the second payment. Now, let me give you an idea of what's possible. Jennifer and Jose were on the verge of being evicted, guys, with 6 kids. They were almost homeless. I said, here's what you guys need to do to be able to turn your life around. 10 days later, they made $5,400, and they put the deposit down on the Top Recruiters Academy. Now he's signed a 6-figure deal, okay, and they've made $30,000 online, okay? The same couple that was on the verge of being homeless, and now they're on the other side, okay? They're on the other side now of freedom. They will never, ever have to worry about money again for the rest of their life. Now, my question to you is this: why not you, right? Why not? Why couldn't you be one of those people? Well, we're right down to the wire. There's 5 spots left, and I would highly encourage you that if you're one of those people that wants to never have to worry about money ever again for the rest of your life, click that link below right now and secure one of those positions, because you deserve greatness. First of all, I'm going to share this with you in closing. Number 1, there's not enough money in the world that can pay you for your worth. Abundance is your birthright. And once you can surrender and relinquish and love yourself enough to forgive yourself, love yourself enough to stop the suffering, to realize that we all have access to this universal abundance flow. We all do, right? We all have access to it. And all you need is the step-by-step instructions on how to open up the dam in the river and let the abundance flow in. So Danny, any closing comments that you'd like to say to the people that are just tuned in for tonight?
I just like to say this: take action, take massive action, go ahead and do exactly what Darren said. You know, Darren's got 30 years of experience, and you don't want to go out there, figure things on your own, struggle, and waste years and years of costly mistakes like I had to do, and many other people do. Just get in and get started. I didn't even need to think about this. I just got started right away because I knew the value of this and how this can help me change my life. So just go ahead and just listen to Darren and just make this happen so you too can start changing your life too.
Guys, I'm going to say this again. Throw your hat over the wall. Click that link below. There's 5 spots left for the Top Recruiters Academy. All you need is the first payment down to secure your spot. We've got 2 more interviews coming, and I'm telling you, they're just going to go brrr, okay? I want you to be involved with this so that we can help you change your life, so that you will never, ever have to worry about money ever again. And that, my friend, you can take to the bank. So you've got Darren Little here from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I'm excited for you. I'm fired up. Throw your hat over the wall. We'll see you on Saturday at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time to get ready to totally change your life forever. So thanks a lot for joining us on this exclusive and private VIP broadcast, and have a great day. All the best. Thanks for joining us, Danny.